Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon or Rising. It's a weekly reading for the week of August 26th to September the 1st. So this week we have for you, Sagittarius, an Oracle card, the Initiation. Energies leaving, completing or transitioning. We have the Eight of Cups clarified with the Queen of Wands. Focused energies, we have the Seven of Wands clarified with the Ace of Swords. Towards the end of the week we have the Star and the Queen of Pentacles coming in. So we will read your oracle card at the end, Saggy, but let's just see recent past here, the kind of energy that you've been in. So we have the Eight of Cups and we have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, no doubt, is you, Saggy. It's that fire energy. The Queen energy is all about, grounded, mature, more authoritarian energy. Queen energy, it's someone who, they rule an empire, they rule their world. So they're in control of calling the shots, making the best decisions for their lives, right? So here in the Eight of Cups, we have somebody who is deciding to turn their back, to potentially walk away, to make a better decision for themselves. So you may be in this at the moment. You may have just made a decision to leave a situation that's not fulfilling you. Some of you may have already walked away. Some of you may be about to. Some of you may be still in the decision-making process. So the Eight of Cups, we can see here in the foreground, we have 8 cups lined up, but there's a fundamental piece of the jigsaw missing. Now, cups are the suit of, emotions, fulfillment on an emotional level. So what it's saying is that in a situation that you're in, there was a fundamental part missing. There was something that wasn't quite fulfilling you on an emotional level. And what we truly desire is 9 and 10 of Cups, satisfaction, contentment, not 8 of Cups. So it's kind of like maybe it was almost there, but the piece was too significant for you to stay in that situation. So it could have been a relationship where there was, one of those big non-negotiables there that you just couldn't quite get past, and you just had to decide, well, you know what, I'm going for that 9 and 10 of Cups reality. I'm going to have to leave this one. Could be a job that you loved your colleagues, you liked the role, but there was no opportunity for progression, or maybe the pay wasn't right. There was something not quite working in the situation, and I do think that you've decided to move on from that situation. In both of these cards here, we see a link to intuition and instincts in the Eight of Cups with the Moon, and with the cat here in the Queen of Wands. So what this tells me is that instinctually, at sort of some people feel it as a gut feeling, some people experience it as a knowing, some people get the skin prickles, that sort of thing. It sort of tells me that you knew in some way, by connecting with your instincts or intuition, that to walk away from the situation or to leave it was, the right move for you. And the Queen of Wands, you in your fiery energy here, Saggy, she is an opportunist. She looks towards the future. She's looking forward towards a brighter future. She's looking at this Ace of Swords here. She's looking for new opportunities. She's looking for things that are going to fulfill her more. She has the ability to manifest, here represented by the sunflower, and she knows she can do that. So this is you saying, I know that I can create a better, more fulfilling future for myself, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. The Queen of Wands is somebody who can literally sort of step out from this cave and can see that brighter, beautiful new landscape waiting to be explored. So focus energies this week, Saggy, we have the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Swords. So here we have that new opportunity or that new beginning breaking through for you. So what it says to me is that, when we do make the decision to leave something that's not working for us, we clear space, we make an energetic shift that then sort of, it almost like alerts the universe that you're ready, open and waiting to receive. And that's when things can come in. Honestly, it's very strange. The universe works in strange and magical ways, and sometimes you can feel an instantaneous shift. As soon as you close one door, another one can open. Now, it's not saying that this is going to be at all easy for you, Saggy. We do have, the Seven of Wands here, but this is you again, fiery warrior spirit. You have the energy in the tank to go through this transition. And you might need to meet the challenges that arise with a little bit of, you know, persistence and resilience, and that kind of thing. If you're going through that this sort of transition, then that's absolutely to be expected. But yeah, I think you definitely have that energy within you. You have that strength within you at the moment. You know, there might be somebody in the situation that sort of tries to. I'm getting the sense of someone trying to pull you back into it, and you know, it's almost like they're sort of charging up at you with these wands, or almost giving you new offerings, saying, "Oh, but you know, would you stay if I did this, or if I gave you this, if I made the job more attractive, if I worked on that non-negotiable in the relationship," that kind of thing. And I think you need to be careful. You need to sort of think, well, you know, do I really think that that's going to be enough to give me that extra cup that I'm missing? Or, you know, really is it time just to just to walk away? And I think once you've made up your mind, it's quite difficult to then turn around and go back to a situation or feel like you really are ready to move on. And with the Ace of Swords here, we have clearly like fresh new beginning energy. Excuse me. So Ace of Swords, you know, it is the suit of the intellect. So this can be a revelation, it can be a breakthrough. It could be the breakthrough moment of being able to see the situation really clearly and be really sure about your decision that you've made. Yeah, it can just be that revelation of the truth. It can be truth being revealed, seeing the situation for what it is, being really, you know, solid in your determination to move on from it. Sorry, I was getting a bit of throat closed up there. You know, we also, in this bottom row here, just an observation, you know, we have two really strong, powerful women wearing their crown, and we have, you know, a crown being offered here to you. So I really feel like, you know, you are really coming back into a really powerful place this week, and you will be feeling victorious after walking away from the situation. You know, you've got this like a sword of victory here. It's kind of like the offering saying, well, you've done the right thing, and here we are. You're being crowned again. You're stepping back into your power. You know, the Ace of Swords, they can also be just new beginnings, new opportunities opening up. As number one in each suit of the tarot, you know, they are pure potential that kind of comes in on the hand of the divine. It could be through a synchronistic encounter. But, you know, with the aces, the message is that they are, you know, seeds of pure potential. So we do need to take action, which I think that you'll really be able to do this week, in order to grow them into new opportunities. So it's difficult to say from this reading, being a general reading, you know, what the opportunity may be. You know, it could be that as soon as, you know, that sliding doors metaphor, if you are leaving a role or a job, you know, maybe something else comes up that's much more aligned with you, much more aligned with your truth. You know, if you are leaving a relationship, maybe it's you just, you know, rediscovering your own sense of beauty, you know, healing, that type of thing. But either way, it looks like a really positive move forward. So towards the end of the week, we have the Star energy and the Queen of Pentacles. So, yeah, look, the Star is all about healing. You know, the Star follows the Tower in the tarot deck, so it's really like that calm after the storm. And if we look at your oracle card here, you know, it looks like, you know, you potentially have made a journey or a well, I was going to say rite of passage. That's exactly what it says on the card here, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So I feel like, you know, this is sort of the week where you're crossing the threshold potentially from a darker time that you've sort of had to take quite a treacherous journey through for quite a while. But you're literally at that moment where you're crossing the threshold. I'm just going to hold that up so you can see it a bit better. Where you're crossing the threshold into, you know, this brighter, beautiful terrain that we can see here. And I think the Star is kind of like the catalyst for that crossing of the threshold, because the Star comes in with that healing energy, and the Star comes in to shine the light on the pathway forward. So I think under that Star energy, excuse me, under that Star energy, that's when the path forward will be able to be revealed to you, and you'll actually see what direction you want to go. You know, it's possible that until now you've been moving forward, and you know, maybe you couldn't even see this beautiful new future. Well, it's almost like I'm just seeing a light bulb being turned on, and then you see, wow, that's where I was headed all along. I knew I was headed there. Hasn't been easy, but you're now crossing the threshold into that. The Star talks about, you know, being able to remain emotionally balanced, as represented by the water, while still sort of going about your daily business, because she has one foot in the emotional waters and the other foot firmly grounded. So I think even if you are going through some, some hurt, some pain related to the situation you're leaving, I think you'll be able to deal with that fine and still go about your daily business, which is even more heightened here with the Queen of Pentacles, who absolutely has the ability to be, the compassionate nurturer for loved ones around her, but also she's able to go out to work and, bring home the pentacles to share with everyone. So yeah, I just feel like you are really moving into a much more practical, grounded energy this week. You really are coming back into seat of power. We have two powerful women here sitting in thrones. I feel like your abundance also is starting to open up. You're starting to be able to manifest and draw more abundance to you now that you've actually, crossed the threshold into, a different time that's going to be a lot more fruitful for you, Sagittarius. So let's read out your oracle card here, the initiation. I'll just read out the first paragraph. So rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and temples look scary from the outside, but are breathtakingly beautiful on the inside. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred, but only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are right now. You are being tested, initiated, because you are headed somewhere sacred. Yeah, so I really feel like that relates to the journey that you've been taking. It's like you are really leaving a darker time, and you're moving somewhere much brighter. And what it's saying is, even though it can be quite scary and sort of seem like an ominous journey, often those ones lead to the most beautiful, bright future. Yeah, you just have to sort of persevere and keep on walking towards it. So Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed the reading. That's what I have for you. An interesting and beautiful new journey for you opening up. Keep in mind it's a general reading, won't resonate with every Sagittarius out there, but I'll be back with you for another reading next week.